I like to show about my boogers. The hidung. The thing is, okay, I have the smallest nose and the biggest booger.
Hai, Assalamualaikum and welcome back to another episode of Lagi Satu Soalan. Guys, today kita ada a very special guest with us. Today kita ada Fazrena Aziz in the house.
Hi everybody.
Hi Faz, how are you?
I'm good, Alhamdulillah.
You jet lag, you tired of all?
No, sama je timing.
You've been busy for the past couple of weeks.
Very.
But as all things, busy is good.
Yes, Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. So Faz, today we have been getting a few questions from out there wanting to know more about you.
Am I supposed to be nervous?
I don't know. It's entirely up to you. But we know everybody who watches, who follows you, probably knows that you share a lot on your social media about your daily life, about family, about work. But we may want to go in slightly deeper to the things that are not that current.
Oh wow! Wow, what is that?
Okay, so everybody knows you are a business owner, an entrepreneur. You are the founder of Tudung People that has been in the industry for a little over 10 years, if I'm not mistaken.
13 years to be exact.
13 years, wow, okay. So that would be 2010.
Okay, 12 lah, salah kira. Okay, not very good at mathing.
Alright, so okay, maybe you can address to the audience a bit intro about yourself. What do you actually do, and where you were born and raised.
Okay, wow.
Why don't you do a bit of intro first?
Sure. Hi everybody, so I am Fazrena Aziz. I am the managing director of Tudung People. So Tudung People has been around for 12 years. A bit story about me. I am born in KL, but I grew up mostly in Penang.
Okay.
Yeah, so people always think that I'm actually from Penang, but no, my kampung is memang KL Gombak. So I am in my turf right now.
Alright.
And I'm a mom of one. So my baby, Seth Umar, he is 3 this year. And I think that I spend most of my time, either being a leader to my team or being a mom at home.
Yes, nice. Okay, so Tudung People started 12 years ago, 2011 then.
That's right.
2011. So I'm pretty sure many of you guys out there want to know the story of how you got to where you are right now and how all this thing developed. But I actually want to go back a couple of years. Can you share with us a bit about your upbringing? About how was the family household when you were growing up? What was that like?
I grew up in Penang, and then coming from my dad, who is from marketing background as well. And I think that I grew up with very family-oriented background. We are very close with each other. I have 3 brothers, so I'm the only girl in the family.
I see.
Yes, that my mom always say that she actually has 3 daughters and 1 son. Sebab she said that I paling lasak, I paling suka
they inverted.
Yeah, I paling suka pecahkan barang dia kat rumah. Well, I don't know. I think it's amazing how fate is. But I think one thing that I love growing up is how close we are. I started to know people with my elder brother. So I know it's not, I guess people always tell me it's not easy for siblings to be in business together. And I have to admit that being in Tudung People has brought us together. Closer, so much. I think because my brother used to stay in a boarding school.
Okay.
While I stay at home. And then we grew up and, because we've always wanted to make a business. And that's what happened. And I think it kind of bring us together as a family. And it is the same value that I try to put in Tudung People, a team as well. Everything is like we always unite together as a family. It is more just than business. It is more just than work. We want to instill the idea of helping each other and just to unite as one entity.
That's nice. Okay, you mentioned you had three other siblings.
Yeah.
You are then number two.
Yes.
No,
The
then-
second child syndrome, it's
child.
so true.
Okay, so is there a large age gap between the four of you guys?
There's two different generation. Me and my brother, we have close age gap, just
Okay.
2 years.
Okay.
And then my younger brothers, we have 10 years different. So
Oh,
it's
10
a whole
years.
generation different. They're like Gen Z. And I'm like a millennial. Through and
Okay.
through.
All right. So, how was that growing up? Having that dynamic of a different generation. What was your interests? Were your interests the same as siblings? Did you like get along, or rather had different? What was the
Well,
thing like?
interestingly is that I think having that huge gap kind of, I think it keep me, okay, I will angkat bakul lah, trendy. I mean, I get all the new trends from them. I've learned a lot from them, and then in return they mature very fast as well because they mix around with our friends a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so-
that's very different. I would say it's
know.
unusual. But
Yeah.
usually yang younger generation is very hard for them to ngam dengan older generation. They're always it's either they're in their small circle ataupun they're mostly on their own.
Funnily though, a story is my brother used to bring my younger brothers. Masa tu they were like, I would say they're on darjah 3, darjah 4, or darjah 5 max out. Still in primary, and my brother dah macam university, early uni, and he brought them to CC to play with his friends Counter Strike. Because you know what? Because the kids are better.
Well,
Memang
I
yes,
mean-
all the adults kena tikam.
I mean, I'm not gonna argue with that. Yeah.
Yes, I think that's how we just connect. For them, they love connecting through games. That they found like a
So
platform.
how, did you pick on?
I tried. I suck so bad. Even with cheat, I suck. But I love cheating in games. In games. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so you've been managing Tudung people for the last 12 years. It's a very large industry. It's a very competitive industry.
I would say that.
Does any of your other siblings would like to follow? Are there signs of them following in your footsteps of building their own brand, or towards the business side of you? Do they any of them follow?
We all have our own business. Well, my brother is working with Tudung people, so he's in this together with me. But at the same time, he has his own clinic. He's a doctor.
Oh, okay.
So he has his own clinic, while my third brother is doing business with my dad. The fourth one is fully corporate. So I think, but in a way, I think we kind of have the way we brought up is very a bit different.
Okay.
Because I think my dad
Also.
spent most of his time overseas. So it's kind of a bit more different upbringing. All our brothers are very extroverts, a bit too much sometimes. So I think that they're not really in the fashion industry,
Right.
okay, but then they're in business anyway. So I think it's kind of Related, yeah.
Okay. It's a different, because we've been a few guests that has come on. It's always say that they're always different from their siblings, and as of lately only they grew closer to their siblings. We've heard a lot of stories like that, but coming from your point of view, from what I understand, you guys have always been close.
Well,
Is it?
pretty much, yeah. I think we've always been close, but we got so much closer when we're adults. I think because we are currently in the same state now. Everybody lives in KL, rather than back then everybody's a bit everywhere.
Oh, really?
Because we don't we don't study the same level. When I was in uni, my brother's only in primary, so that's kind of tough.
Right. Okay, so speaking of education, where did you go to school?
Well,
Primary, secondary. Let's start with primary and secondary. Where did you go to primary school?
I studied in Penang.
Okay.
So my school is St. George Girls' School, the best.
Okay.
And my uni is in International Islamic School, International Islamic University. That's in Gombak. So I've been in like Setapak, Gombak side for like years.
Okay, so let's go talk about your childhood days, your sekolah rendah, sekolah menengah days. What was your worst subject?
Worst subject? Well, I would like to say that I'm very smart, but I'm not. So I've always skipped class, and my parents allow it.
Okay, so that's not really skipping class.
Yes,
I mean, it's skip class but with permission.
I skipped school with permission, only because I think my parents tried to stop me from skipping school. Sent me to school anyway at 10 a.m. I called crying, asking them to pick me up because I have stomach ache. So after 5th time of doing the same thing, my dad said, you know what, if you don't want to go to school, let's just not go. Because I don't want to go out to pick you up again at 10. So I still hope Sethuma does not do what I did. Okay, but I love staying at home when I was in school. And I think I started loving, I self-taught myself Photoshop. I was the school's graphic editor. So I've done, back then when there was no AI, there was no preview of Photoshop. So in the dinosaur years, everything you have to learn by yourself. You know, there is no automation. So I self-taught myself that time. And then it is that skill that has really helped me with Tudung People. I think Tudung People was among the few who started full-on fashion campaign. It was all edited and sometimes photo taken by me as well.
So still, what was your worst subject in school?
Oh, worst subject? Oh, I haven't answered that. Worst subject, honestly, right? Agama, man. I had private tuition every week for agama subject.
Okay.
I still got B. Why? I don't know. I think it's Jawi. It's so tough.
Okay, and your best subject?
English. Can't you see I talk too much?
Throughout your school years lah, English was your best subject.
English and Malay, I think.
Language.
Perhaps language.
So since you like language, did you ever join debate?
I was in school debate team. But didn't last long lah. Do not have that discipline.
I see.
Still like to skip school. So yeah, I'm a home person. I came from I think my parents were it's very academic based. So I had tuition every day. Yeah, so there is no days that I don't have tuition. So I don't really do sports. It's very academic based. Tak pandai sangat pun. So itulah, my parents memang push all out.
So memang you daripada kecil sampai ke besar busy lah.
Yeah. I was a top student in primary and then I jumped class and then no longer. So I think my parents were macam trying to get back to the glory. Didn't happen lah.
So how did the social? We know that you are you're very easy going with everyone. You can mix well with everyone. So despite having that busy schedule, how do you keep up with being active socially?
Well, I think that the thing is, I'm always on social media because I feel that is the replacement of my socializing time. I don't really have the time to socialize new people, especially with friends or my uni mates. So I replace all those time with social media. That's the part where I get most of my updates. I follow literally everybody, all my friends, so I get updates there. So honestly, I think I do know that a lot of people say negative things about social media, but for me it is so positive. That's how I keep updated with friends and families. Amazing.
All right. Okay. So you studied in UI. Going into your higher academic side, you went to UIA.
Yeah.
What did you study? What was your major?
I did architecture.
Architecture.
That's the most science art based my parents allow.
Okay.
I wanted to do animation. Okay. But my parents like, no, why do I send you to study science for? I'm like, okay lah, paling science lah, architecture.
Okay. Alright, so how was that like? How was architecture like for you?
I think, of course, I love architecture. I'm a very passionate person. Like, I am an all or nothing kind of person. Either I put 200% in something or zero. So I think with architecture, it's very passion based. Studies. You have to put all in, because I think art generally, there is no right or wrong answer. It is very abstract. So that's the part I love so much about architecture, and I think that it kind of teach you on how whatever things you design or you build affects other people. I think it's very problem solving, kind of studies, which in the end, I think it goes back to our lifestyle. You create a solution to any kind of problem. And I think that's the same idea that I've made with Tudung people as well.
Did you always know that you were going to build Tudung people? How did the idea of Tudung people came about?
Well, no, not really. All the years I studied, I thought I'm going to be like the most amazing architect. That didn't happen though. I've never worked as an architect. But for me, Tudung people came as a fate. It just happened in the last year of my study. I've met the right people at the right time, and it just happened. Tudung people happen out of nothing. Dia bukan something planned out. Even when I was doing Tudung people, I still have my parents saying to me and said, you know what, continue your masters, go into corporate, jump into corporate world. And that's what they always imagined me to be. Never in their life, to have a daughter who's selling tudung from the house attic. Never. And then suddenly here I am.
Inspirational. That's the only word I can describe. So it was literally out of, like, one would assume probably it started from a crisis, like you don't have the right tudung to wear, and then you wanted to start your own brand or so, but you just felt that it was something that you wanted to do or can do.
It was a bit of that here and there. Well, technically, I think what I had was time.
Okay.
What I had also was help. So when in my final year, I had to extend a year of my study with just one subject. So in a week, I only have 3 hours of class, and I couldn't graduate on time. Well, technically, I could work, just chose not to, because I was so angry. I think that when Tudung, I would say it was the darkest time of my life.
Okay.
I think throughout my years of studies, I've always, alhamdulillah, got the easier route. I jumped class when I was in primary. Everything was in express. My matriculation, I exempted almost all the subjects, extra subjects. So it's been smooth sailing for me. So when I had to extend a year of my study, I was in the dark. I was so surprised because, of course, that too happened because of my own mistakes, which was I dropped a subject when I'm not supposed to.
I see.
Yeah, and I had to extend a whole year because of that.
Just for that one subject.
Yeah, of 3 hours a week. So I think it made me realize that maybe this is not what I want. Maybe there is something else that I could do. And like I said, we found the right people at the right time. And I think I found what I really like. Maybe business is for me. Because I've never been a business person all my life.
That was my next question. Were you like was business a part of your long-term plan?
Never.
Or okay, so my second question would have been, were you really into fashion? Do you see yourself building a fashion brand?
Okay.
Specifically?
I think even as of right now, I wouldn't say Tudung people is like a full-fledged fashion brand. I think for us, we're very catering into a set of problems. We want to create Tudung for a group of people or a certain type of people. So whether it is for mothers, so that's a collection for if it's for people on the go or there's for sports. I think for Tudung people, it's always about problem solving, and we always want to create products that it became a solution to women. Yeah.
Understood.
Of course, we make it fashionable, but I think we're very simple, we're very straightforward, and for me,
The
I want to create
functionality
product.
is
Yes, the functionality of product is much more important.
understood. All
And
right.
then the aesthetics.
All right, all right. Okay, so walk through us. Maybe there are some listeners out there that maybe have a dream and they think it's that easy, which I'm very, very sure it's not. It would have been a struggling 12 years for you to get to where you are right now. So walk us through a bit of the early years of Tudung People. What was it like building a brand that nobody knew about yet?
I think for me, the number one advice I would give to anybody who wants to start their business, it is to just do it, but do it in mind, calculate the risk. I think that's one of the things. I think we're very calculative in terms of risk taking. Whenever we try to jump into something, we know what we jump into. Get calculated risk. What are the things that might involve? And I think that we're very, in a term, kedekut people. So whatever things I do, I'll make sure there is enough returns. Anything I spend, it is for business. Anything I spend on myself, not too much lah. I think that's where me and my brother, we are on the same page in this. And especially to start a business with your siblings, you have to have very clear communication. I think we talk about the good stuff, we talk about the bad stuff, and what are the risk things. Your time and my time, especially when we both have family right now. We're very, we made that difficult talk. We've talked about it, we've wrote about it, because I feel that when there are times when you can't communicate well, you can write about it. So that's the thing that I have with my brother. Whatever things that we talk about, whether it's business or is it personal matters, we talk about it without getting offended. Open discussion. No hard feelings. No hard feelings. Don't take it personally. It's strictly business. It's strictly to get feedback. That's right.
I think that's a very healthy thing to do, and it's very important for someone to have that relationship as well. Other than being a part of Tudung People, your brother also has his own clinic. So he's a general practitioner. He's a doctor.
Yeah, he's a doctor.
How did that came about? Like how did you tell yourself that probably a doctor would be someone that is a doctor is a good idea, despite it being your brother, but a good idea to be a part of the business?
Well,
which is a total different industry.
Absolutely. Whatever he studies has nothing to do with
with fashion, nothing to do with I guess a bit of business, but still quite far off. So how has that been?
I think for when you want to do business, it is more than just knowledge. It is also passion as well. In order for you to keep going, you have to like what you are doing. And that's the thing about him. He loves business. I love doing business too. But I think that on my side, I love fashion. I love the idea of design much more, while he handles more on the operative side. I think that of course he's a workaholic. He used to work 6 days a week. Now kena kurang sikit lah to 5 days, because if not the wife will kill him.
Do you consider yourself as a workaholic?
I would say I know how to switch it off.
That's nice. How does one? I would love to know how to switch off the workaholic side, because I would say I am one. I've always been one. I don't remember any semester. Even when I was studying, a semester break, I would be doing something. So I don't know. I've been struggling to switch it off. So how does one actually switch off?
For me, I think that you know when to stop. So I think that when I don't have Seth Umar, we went all out. Both Ba and I, we work from morning to night time. On weekends, I go to boutique and stuff like that. But when I started having Seth Umar, I know that I have to wear many caps. It's not just about being entrepreneur. I also have to be a mother. And in from a personal point of view, your parents are getting older, your grandparents are getting older. So I've also have to wear the cap of a daughter and a granddaughter. So this needs time. So what are the time that you can actually sacrifice? What are the times that you know that you have to turn it off to wear a different cap? So that's what it goes. It's not as if like you take off the entrepreneur cap and then you just lie down and do nothing. No. Now you take up a new cap. I'm a mother now. Once I'm back home, I need to spend time with my kid. When I'm back home, I need to see my grandparents, spend time with my parents. So those are the things that your life is not just about work. There is so much more. And for me, I think that you need to be able to divide your time fully.
Yeah.
Yes, to
that
give
time
all
management,
out.
that time, the discipline to keep the time management. How do you? Because I can only imagine the things you have to do to keep the business running. At the same time, having all these other parts, all the other caps that you have to wear. It's an insane amount of time management and discipline that you have to tell yourself.
Yeah.
How do you like keep going?
It's not easy though. I think that there are many times that I broke down, and I think that affects relationships as well, whether you have with your friends or you have with your partner. And how important for you to be able to cater to everybody while not losing yourself.
Yeah.
There needs to be some kind of balance out there.
Yeah.
But for me, I think in Islam, sebab tu kenapa we have prayers 5 times a day. I think there are times where you know that if you were to put your life according to schedules of your solat, it makes sense. Like, kenapa kita solat subuh? You have to start the day early. And then when it's time for zuhur, it's time to eat, feed yourself. And then, when it's asar, like, it might be going back now. We're going back home soon. And it's family time. So I think that for us, ever since I started sleeping early and waking up early and just fully utilizing my day, I feel that betul-betul dapat rasa the whole 24 hours.
Wow.
I sleep cukup. So I used to be able to I used to sleep for like 3-4 hours a day.
Yeah.
So I feel that I won't be energetic the whole day. So now
definitely.
I try to sleep by 10 or 11. Better by 6 plus dah bangun and just start off my day. I'm not an afternoon napper.
So many people have told me that, but for some reason I just like when I try to do it, when you look at the watch, wait, it's only 10. I probably have another couple of hours in me to get things done. Or you just want to finish up. But padahal boleh je sambung. Just wake up earlier the next morning. But I don't know. Younger me used to say, no, let me just finish this off so that I can rest. And I love the fact that you said just now, bila masuk Zoho, meaning it's time for you to feed yourself and to re-energize yourself. I never really saw it that way.
I see.
I used to tell all my friends every time kalau study ke apa and they will go off, food is my reward.
Ooh.
It's not a necessity. I keep telling myself that food is a reward. Aku dah habis kerja ni, okay, betul aku makan. Sebab aku boleh makan dengan tenang, aku boleh makan sedap, aku tak payah makan rushing. Settle kerja ni, food is my reward. But bila dah the last couple of years macam, man, it's not worth it, man. It's not worth it. So when you say something like that, it's really okay, right, this is really important. It's amazing how that part, betul lah, you susun your schedule around waktu solat, it can help you be much more productive throughout the day. And it makes these small things easier.
Betul. It does though. I feel that and at the same time, you kind of look forward to the time. You macam, okay, there is a timing for everything.
Right. Okay, so guys, we're going to take a short break. We are going to play some game with Faz, and when we come back, we'll talk a bit more. Guys, let's go, game time. Alright, and welcome to the game section of Lagi Satu Soalan. Faz, we're going to play some rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
Yes.
Alright.
Where am I supposed to look? There or
You
there?
can look anywhere. You can look at me, you can look at the center, it's fine. Okay, so let's start with the first question. Are you an early morning person or a late night person?
Early. Absolutely.
Talking or listening?
Talking. But I listen well though, but I talk more.
Call or text?
Call.
Dine in or dine out?
Whatever it is, I'm not cooking.
Okay. If you had to eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Chicken rice.
Correct. Correct. You can never go wrong with chicken rice. Correct. Okay, tea or coffee?
I'm a coffee person.
A song that makes you want to dance.
Wow, too many. Oh my god, what's in my head right now? I wanted to sing but cannot sing lah. Oh man. Vanessa Carlton. Apa tajuk lagu tu ah? Na 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 na.
Oh, the one from
White Chicks.
White Chicks.
It's my favorite movie of all time.
Okay. Speaking of your favorite movie of all time, what is a movie that makes you cry?
A lot. I easily cry, but the one that I've cried the most, it has to be Silent and Miracle Cell Number 7. Absolutely. Buckets.
A strange habit that you have. Strange habit.
I have a lot. And semua dah diturut kepada Seth Umar. But one of the things, how strange should I, which strange?
How strange can I go? What's the level of strangeness?
A lot.
From 1 being quite strange and 5 being outrageously strange.
I like to show about my boogers. The hidung.
Aduh.
The thing is, okay, I have the smallest nose and the biggest booger.
Okay.
Only tubak though.
Alright. The last thing you do before sleeping.
Playing phone. I'm sorry. Aren't we all?
Your best way to relax after a long day.
Playing phone. If the next question is my hobby, playing phone.
If you could travel back in time, what age of you would you revisit?
Honestly, I think I will start at the age where I started Tudung People. Just because then I can do all the things that other brands do first. And make more money.
Light packer or overpacker?
Light packer.
The last thing you bought on Shopee?
Whoa. New iPhone charger.
Biggest fear?
A lot. I don't like height. But I think my biggest fear would be death itself. So anything related to that, like fast things, scary things, hantu, everything. I'm scared.
Biggest pet peeve?
Wow. I think people who eat slow. Honestly, I hate people who are slow. I'm sorry. I mean, you do you, but when you hang out with me, you gotta be quick, you gotta be fast. So when Ba actually started wearing braces, like he eats so slow, I feel like cekik dia every time.
Alright, and physical shopping or online shopping?
Both. Depending how much. Expensive stuff, physical. Not so expensive, online all the way. And we can buy more without actually carrying them.
Favorite or dream holiday vacation?
Honestly, I really want to go to Disneyland in the US, but I'm very scared of USA right now. So I just wish I could spend like a long time traveling from, I want to start with Umrah and then moving into all over Europe. My dream holiday is actually a long one.
Okay.
6
Fair
months
enough.
each time, twice a year.
Okay. Last question. Gun to your head to save your life. You have to call or text one person, but they cannot reply or answer your phone call. Who would you call?
Bakri. He never picked up my call. I will always call Amir. Amir, betul tak? Easy, man. Never reply WhatsApp, never answer call. I don't know why he has the phone for. This year ada iWatch which connects every time I call or message, but he never pick up. I will call everybody but not him. For sure, man, Bakri.
Alright, thank you, Baso. Let's go and finish the rest of
Thank
this
you,
podcast.
Amir.
Right, guys, we are back from the game session. Who knew? Hobby, everything, most of your answers was main phone.
Yeah, I love playing
okay,
phone.
so coming to the last part, the last segment of the podcast here. Faz, we asked this question to all our guests. If you could turn back time and meet your younger self, what would you say to her?
Okay. This is not just for my younger self, it's for all the young girls out there. Guys, do not waste your time with boyfriends. Bapak bazir masa tu. You will not marry him. Trust me. Tak payah bazir masa. Especially in high school. Never ever. Such a waste of time. Wake up early. Tolonglah. Waking up early, it is... Memang tak dalam Islam cakap, waking up early, pemurah rezeki. And it is true because you get the whole day. Sleep early, wake up early, drink a lot of water, don't have boyfriend.
That's
the
advice.
Success tips of life.
Yes.
Yes. If I can tell my younger Fazrena, tolong please don't waste time. Lagi-lagi dulu message kena bayar, babe.
Oh, ya tu.
Zaman korang WhatsApp free.
Ya tu.
Dulu message kena bayar 15 sen. Bazir duit. Aku have bought so much more.
Betul. Betul sekali, kredit habis.
Kena
top up.
So you know, you eat crap food so that you can spend more on your top up. Waste lah. I think out of 10 of my friends who like, you know, couple masa universiti ke masa sekolah kan, 1-2 je kot yang actually married. Or maybe none. Maybe 1 or and a half. Maybe 0.5. Seriously, don't waste time, girls. Seriously.
Okay. Alright. So, okay, other than that, there are most of our viewers, most of our listeners out there, they are tergolong daripada mereka-mereka yang baru nak masuk the industry. Maybe some of them ada impian nak buka their own business, or those who yang like yourself tukar arah tuju dalam kehidupan from architecture to something else. So ada orang yang mungkin, what's the word apa perkataan yang aku pakai?
Wanna know?
Bertukar bidang lah. Orang-orang yang berubah daripada bidang lain ke bidang lain. So most of our listeners are tergolong kepada orang-orang yang macam tu. So what would your advice be for them, those who baru nak start, those who change bidang? What would your advice be for them into surviving this very intense industry?
Well, industry is fashion industry,
business
industry. For me, whatever you do, always have plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. If it doesn't work out, what are your plans? Especially when you are investing your time and your money, and you have people that you need to protect, people you are responsible for. Have a lot of plans because you are responsible for what you're doing. You need to know who are you affecting if anything happens to you, whether if you fall sick or if the business doesn't happen. What's your plan? I think that always do a calculated risk. Do not jump in with everything. That's not how it works. YOLO does not work in business. Not for me, at least.
Yeah.
I think there is no problem in being careful. There is no shame in working hard. If you want to be successful, you don't have to be the number one. You don't have to be the richest person.
Right.
You just need to know what are you content with. And I think that's enough. Betul tak?
Betul. It has been such a fruitful conversation with you, Faz, such inspiration coming from you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for being here with us today, despite your busy schedule, we know.
Okay, Jer.
Kan, you're probably running for another meeting also after this. I can bet
5
you,
more
right?
minutes.
Kan? Guys, thank you so much for tuning in this episode of Lagi Satu Soalan with Faz. Guys, if you have any questions you want to ask Faz, leave a comment down below. If you want to suggest our next guest, leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like and follow us on Instagram and on TikTok at Studio Lagi Satu. Thank you guys. Thank you Faz for being here today.
No worries.
Guys, see you in the next episode. My name is Amir. Assalamualaikum. Ciao guys.
Bye.
See you.